We booked our largest client by 3 times what our normal client size used to be because of Salesmrkt.
We were able to quickly get a contract in place that allowed us to have our largest placement in CJS history, $60,000, just north of there. Yeah. And so just for context and to give a sense of what a big deal that is for us, our biggest placement before that was about $25,000.
In the 5 months that we worked together, we've closed $170,000 or so in deals. But the promise of an additional 200 is already on the table. Whether or not those close or not, that's part of the sales process. Not everything closes, but a significant probability of closing $500,000 sales in the first 6 months is remarkable.
One gigantic order we received, we profited, I think, around $50K. We are in the black. Otherwise, we wouldn't be proceeding after a year. Right. I'm very excited about Chicago Cubs. Big one. That's a lifetime lead.
We've been in business for 7.5 years. It'll be 8 years in July. Basically solving the media needs of an organization that doesn't have an in-house media team. We're looking for more and more partners in the spaces that have bigger budgets and really want to do rich storytelling, video, audio, etc. So we converted a client in the first year with an organization called Hatch for Hunger, under 20K. And we found funding from all different sources and realized how much was from nonprofit clients. We said, let's double down on that. And that's, I think, the directive we gave to your team. We've had some very qualified clients recently with the Lung Cancer Foundation of America that have signed on to do this pilot. $60K a month. I'm hoping it does convert to be, kind of a big ongoing partner.
3 or 4 months in for my company, we signed on a new client that I would say annually would bring in about $65K for the business. So long as we keep them and we do our job, they will essentially be paying for Salesmrkt in the future.
The first deal that we closed with Salesmrkt was a very significant one, and almost certainly we would never have reached that business without the assistance of Salesmrkt.
I would strongly recommend them for your organization, both for revenue acquisition, but also for the health of having that internal dynamic where you learn from the feedback of what goes on in the street.
We launched and shortly after landed a 7-figure project with Amazon that turned into a multi-year engagement.
I have to say that of a lot of the companies that I've tried for outreach and the things that they do, they are by far the best and most organized.
HBNX is one of those companies, and there's others. Closed about a $75K deal with them a year and a half ago, a retainer with them here in the next month or so. It exceeded 6 figures, and there are others. There are ROI in that alone from working with you guys. It's really been an evolution of what you guys supported in the past, so we're excited to see what kind of additional visibility from outbound we can get with your system.
200 first year and 3-year contracts. So 3 deals was a nice success for us.
One client that came purely from the collaboration with Salesbox is now become our largest revenue partner.
They started bombarding us with those meetings like the day one. We had like 3 meetings a day. And all of that is hours and hours of time. So we almost were like, oh my God, can you stop it a little bit? It's too much. But that was a very strong start.
The Salesbox team is a delightful group of performance-driven sales, copy, and data experts with a seamless feedback and approval process.
I had already closed one of my largest clients actually now, which is based in Atlanta, Georgia. And now I will say we have even more that are in the pipeline that are longer sales cycles, but very confident that we're going to be closing several more in the near future out of New York, Oregon, California, Florida, the likes of, larger areas that are not in Idaho, which was a huge goal of mine.
First bigger clients there with NASDAQ, and that's been a great partner for me for over the last 3.5 years. And we've been growing and growing.
In just a little over a month of our partnership, they've really added 60 to 70 leads to our pipeline, with more than 25% of those converting into great sales meetings.
They've been instrumental in helping us generate qualified appointments, and their expertise on data outreach and sales has been invaluable.
And so by the time that our team takes a call with one of these leads, They're really qualified. They're super warmed up. They understand what we do. They're ready to talk projects.
My experience with them was 5 stars all around. Really the best bang for your buck when it comes to generating qualified calls that I've seen to date.
We get a tremendous amount of not just lead generation through LinkedIn, but also actual appointments scheduled. Our sales team's able to then pull through on those things.
We're positive on Salesmrkt overall for sure. Top line revenue has been promising, like 2.5 million last year. We had UiPath, going to be a great ongoing relationship. Like we're getting $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 projects. Fanatics, we've done one job for them and we're now doing a second and a third that's just about to kick off. They own Topps, which is trading cards. We did a project for a line of NBA basketball cards. We had a couple new things coming through that seemed pretty promising. This one company called Investify, which seemed like it was going to be a $70,000, $100,000 project. Overall, we've been generally pleased with the service. It is one of the things that has actually generated business for us.
When I started working with Salesmrkt, I noticed very quickly that the sales experience that they're trying to create is much different than what anyone else in the market's doing today.
It's been going really well, I gotta say. This CEO contacted me. He just won this big award for being Entrepreneur of the Year. And he's got 550 employees. They're in 220 locations. And I had a 30-minute Zoom call with him that went really well just because of the connections. I got a call and had a great conversation with these folks from Epic. So another good fit. And they need video right away. The messaging has been spot on. Your approach has been spot on. So it was really good.
They don't really rely on AI or those are real people writing real messages, customizing them per our clients, our needs and services. And that's what makes them very unique.
I can't recommend Mike and Joe enough. They've done a great job and they've helped us in this very important period of our company.
So I was able to get my business to the next level and really hone in on my offerings and ideal prospects.
I was not sure how the messaging sequencing would work, but in actuality, it was extremely effective. And we've had several leads come through.
By the end of the first week, the Salesbox campaign team already booked a great meeting with a creative director at a top branding agency based in Nashville. This agency aligned perfectly within my target focus and whom works on projects with world-class brands.